Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is a test of the not an emergency broadcast system. You never really hear it because you never really need it. Knock, knock, knock. Okay, I'm in a good mood. Um, Good morning, folks. It's coffee time. See, what's up with Jay today? He took too many steroids. I still feel sick. Come on, I got lung disease, right? Um, I've been sick for a long time, and that was also, it's how I always seem to go anyway, lung issues, but um, I am feeling a little bit better, but something happened this morning I want to share with you. You probably get a kick at, get a kick out of it, whatever. It's early. It's 2:18. 8 is knowledge, data. 1 is self. Myself, yourself. And 2 is understanding. Information for yourself to understand. My head's been getting worked on real hard today, but this is what's going to be kind of funny. I'm going to share with you here in a second, folks. I am still tired. I have some energy, but I'm tired. It's early in the morning. I got to sleep early, but my energy's different. I'm going to explain that in just a second. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm actually happy for a change inside. And 1 second, I'll explain all this stuff. This morning, I got to sleep early. Herc and I crashed about, I guess, 8, 7 or 7:30, something like that. And then I woke up just after 12, like 12:01 or something. I said, "What?" And then I could hear this other voice in me, and I'm like, "Here we go again," Um, I know this stuff is different for most all of you. Okay. Uh, Actually, it's different for all of it. Having these different parts of yourself hanging around is kind of weird, but having that spirit coming in and talking with you, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah, it's kind of funny. Um, but this was different. This was really close to me, and I was comfortable with it, and then I was working on my head and making some hard changes, and I wasn't even, when I saw what time it was, I put my head back down on the pillow, started going back to sleep. Herky was moving around a little bit, and I said, okay, something's trying to get me up. So, and I felt pressure on the head right here, and I said, son of a, hey, Herc, you gonna take no, you going to the bedroom? Okay. Herky's got the big king size high density foam bed. That's the one he and I have. And then he's got 2 of these Sealy Posturepedic beds that I kind of put together, so it's raised up and it's really soft. It's perfect for him. I bought a whole bunch of those things, and I've got a double decker there, a double decker downstairs, and then these big mat types and these single Sealy Posturepedic beds. Anyway, so this so my head was this was working on my conscious mind, and it was hitting it hard. And I didn't feel aggressive energy coming towards me, but this is like no man's land. You don't go there. That's death, okay? So I went to go grab it, and I said, son of a, and I just grabbed it real hard, but I couldn't get a lot of energy in my hands. This is weird. I made a sphere, and I pulled the damn thing out, and I realized all of a sudden there wasn't any sphere, and I had this energy in my hands like this. I looked at it, and I said, damn, that's strong hell stuff, man. And I'm looking at it, and I opened it up. It's me. I'm like, what the hell? um, this is why I'm happy. This is a part of my energy. It's one of the softer focal points I have that's right outside my body. It's not affected by my body. Okay, it's not affected. The stuff that attacks me in the head, I have to attack it, kill it. Folks, it just keep coming. It's nonstop. The family members, most of, excuse me, please. Most of them, they got good compassion and everything, but they're still trying to run me. If they'll stop, fine. If they don't, I'll kill them. Period. I don't care. Done with this stuff. I realize this is one person talking to you out of very, very few anywhere that actually goes through this. When I say goes through this, I mean deals with this stuff, nonstop. Burju, she gets hit. Of course, Paul, he gets hit all the time. When I leave here, this stuff is in his hands. And that stuff's going to keep doing that until I get the hell out of this body. Okay? Period. Next. The idea is it's clean. It's clean, and it's pretty good energy. Okay. The problem is arrogance. I'm going to run you. I'm going to be in control. I'm running the big thing. Dun dun dun. I'm running the big thing. I'm God. Whatever. That kind of. They don't even have that I'm God thing. It's just I'm in control. The source. It's the clean source. They understand the need for there not to be any kind of supreme being, but they do want to be the ones in control that control everything, and that's teetering right there. Not allowed. Sorry. You have no idea what it's going to be like when Lily and Arrow are together running things, folks, because there's going to be something there that's stronger, cleaner, more loving than anything has ever been in existence anywhere, and it does not. It refuses praise. Don't even go there. That's a bad move. That's how it's going to go, from praise God to don't you dare. You'll find out. That doesn't mean you get hurt. It just means you can understand. No. It's not about hurting something. I talk about it all the time, folks. The stuff's out there. That's my job. It's what I do. I got the mop. Anyway. So when I grabbed a hold of the thing and I looked that energy and I pulled it out and I looked at it, I'm like, damn. And of course I let loose, and he goes, let's go, man, get up, we got to get out of here, it's time's gone, that's it, we got to go, we have stuff we got to do. And he meant get up for the day, but he also meant it's time to put things together, which I've been waiting for. I keep meeting new parts of Lily, doing some other stuff here and there while I'm sick, and I'm trying to, keep going. But I'm well enough now where I can start moving around a little bit better. I got in the stones I got stones here I couldn't find for the stuff I'm sending out for the packages. Some lapis lazuli. This is a couple. I just got a few pounds of some rough stuff. Take a look at this. That's nice. That's some nice lapis. This is rough stuff. It's very, now this isn't cleaned, okay? I just rinsed it off with some water with a touch of soap on it. I haven't brushed it, nothing. This stuff has got good energy. It goes right into the pineal and fires it up real hard. Oh, when my energy was in my head, working on my conscious mind, it was just changing my attitude about things, cut me back a little bit here, just modifying me. It's time to go. It's time to get things together to go. Months from now, whatever, who cares? It can be that soon, but the thing is, it's time to be, when you have a job to do, if you have certain work to do before the house is clean, that's the work that's being done, okay? Which is good, wonderful. I'm so excited about it. Just to have something with me to help me deal with this stuff and all the other crap on the other side, it's nice. It's like a breath of fresh air. Folks, you have no idea what it's like to be alone, killing all this stuff. It's not like, gee, I got to have company, but damn, you literally, and I'll never stop. Never have, never will. But it's like you're fighting the universe. And there's so many little things when you're in a body, like I keep saying, when you're in these bodies, they're like sponges for energy. It comes in and screws with you. You can't stop it. They get into your auric field, which remember is huge. It's all over the place. They go in there and then they literally get towards the physical body and put their energy on it. And then you got to fight to get it off. Now, fine, I can do it really well. But you know what? They keep coming. They keep coming. You keep killing them. They keep coming. You keep killing them. You know, it gets to the point where you feel like hell because you're killing so much stuff, number one. Number two, you're really just fed up with it. It's like, how are they so stupid they don't learn? They keep coming. Good. Yeah, that's stupid. Die. Folks, it's nuts. It really is. It's insanity. Talk to Paul and Bourgeois about it. It's incredible. Poor Michelle was going through that stuff a lot earlier. When Michelle dropped back, Bourgeois and Paul got hit pretty hard. Paul got hit so hard one time the part of energy out of the body literally went up to him and with one blast literally destroyed. There's a huge field of them. I don't know. There's like 100 of them over 100 of them trying to get out his head, but there was 1,000 in the area that were waiting to attack him. That's the hardest Paul's ever been hit. And my energy outside of the body literally just went like this, just went wham, and it's just gone. There's some big players, and that wasn't me doing it. As a matter of fact, I mentioned it in the video. That's part of our out of this body. Because Paul's really strong, sensitive. He can see and feel. Bourgeois the same, and there's others. I'm just talking about two of them. Okay. He can feel it, see it is. It's like when I tell people how to talk to how to look at spirit and stuff. You first feel the energy. Okay. Then you look at the genre. Is it male or female? First thing you do. Okay. And then you feel the energy. You feel the intention of the energy, okay? What's that intention? And this is really strong solar plexus, but you're using pineal and everything. So you feel the intention, okay? Then you can take a look at it and see what kind of spirit is it. Is it soul? Is it essence? Is it source? What kind of source? What kind of essence? So many times I've, known that I really wish there would have been more time and things were different. So I could really spend time teaching some of the intricacies of, using these abilities. But see, you have Paul Bourgeois and others that are here that are going to teach you this stuff. They're going to help you with the fine points. My job was to come here, get rid of the crap on the other side, and crank up people, write the books, and then set everything up and leave. It's not about me. Just doing my job. Don't get me wrong, I love y'all, but I got stuff I got to do. I have a lot of work and a lot of responsibility that I need to take care of. Anyway, don't mean to walk down that road so much, but it's I say what's on my mind and what I feel I need to say at the time. This lapis is nice, and I got some more new lapis that's going with some of these selenite sticks. It's nice, and the tumbled stuff is what I'm gonna send y'all. Bada boom, bada bing. This pedalite, not pedophile, pedalite. This is a big difference. Okay, this one's not sick. A nice piece of lapis. Okay, that's really nice. And then a piece. It won't be quite this big. Okay, but this is very, very high quality selenite, and I'll be going downstairs on one of my cutters, and I'll cut one of these in about 3 pieces, one of these big pieces, and you put the two of them together, you'll be able to feel them go through your head, and then a piece of yellow aventurine, and then that's part of a kit that I'll be selling later. I'll have all kinds of different things together. This pedalite is really nice. I have some of that that I'll be selling too. As a matter of fact, this is my buddy. Some stars tonight. Here's some more of the petalite. Okay, that stuff's great. Some of that big ruby. Ruby booby boo. So anyway, so now I've got part of my own energy that's, you know, back in me. When I'm in the middle of doing something, which we're going somewhere too here in just a minute, okay? But when I'm in the middle of doing stuff, it keeps the other junk off of me. It's like, you know, it's looking at this other stuff and saying, y'all just back up, you know, don't even go there. This other energy outside of me, unless it's really serious, its job is not to engage. That's my job. It needs to be the responsibility of one thing. Believe it or not, that helps keep the peace. There's not much over there that can kill other energy. That's, you know, there's not. But it's like Paul, you know, Bourgeois, they're all getting stronger. Paul, he's strong enough to actually, you know, kill some of the stuff. I've watched him. He's real strong. It's not like a yay thing, you know. It's a responsibility that really sucks a lot. Anyway, see, the nice thing is, folks, this stuff is going to stop. It's not all the different spirits' fault that they're that, well, you know, a little bit that they were kind of fell into this arrogant, abusive trap, but it just has to stop. And if they won't stop, and if they're stupid, sorry. When I know I can save something, I save it. As a matter of fact, some of the stuff that was attacking me, I cleaned it, and it was source. It's from me and Lily. Cleaned it up, and I could feel the energy inside the part of Gaia. And I said, Gaia, you know, this is clean. And, you know, she's like, give me. And she takes it into her. But I've had some parts of her that were attached to source, that were screwed up from the abuse, and she literally, I went to give it to her. I didn't think about it, just went to give it to her, and she literally was like trying to kill it. So I took it and I tried to fix it, and I couldn't. So I turned it into energy. It's hard to explain, and maybe I shouldn't have brought that up, but I guess everything else I say. It's impossible for anyone except for maybe a handful of people to even comprehend some of the stuff I talk about when I go this route. Some of you actually experience it. Some of you, like I've said before, have had stuff harassing you, and I go to you, kill it, and boom, it's gone, and you're like, okay, that just happened. Or your spirit guides are really slouchy. I get rid of them, give you some new ones, and all of a sudden things start moving. It's like, wow. Having your own angels in there driving you nuts and making you dizzy and make you beat your head into the wall, and so I go kill them, remove them, give you another one, and you feel the other one's leaving, you feel the new one coming. It's not some kind of trick where I'm using my energy to go into you. I'm just doing it. And all of a sudden you have great protection. You can feel the energy, the warmth. I don't talk about that too much on video. That's really kind of a, you know, personal thing with a person and their spirit guides, and having one of the new angels on them, which is not a whole lot of them now anyway either. I understand people can't really see the stuff, like very, very few can, and that's a real good reason for some people to think I'm nuts or full of it. You know, I understand, love them, no big deal. I care a lot more about doing my job than the fact that they can't see right now. However, it's very important for me to do everything I can to help people see for themselves, not what I tell them is there, for them to see for themselves. As you awaken your abilities, your awareness increases. Awakening and awareness. Your true self awakens and you become more aware of what's around, and you make your own decisions. What religion do you? Don't go there. Don't go there. You know, there's no such thing as a religion that's any good. Okay, sorry, it's all garbage, all of it. It's all lies, bull crap, misleading. Now there's some nice words that are said. So what? Um, they're all full of bunk. They were all made by the original male and female first being to control you, and then of course they give it to the physical bodies, and physical bodies have fun with it. Oh, anyway, uh, I say this before, and it's not, what it can be taken many ways. What's going on right here, right now, is for everyone and everything for eternity. Okay, you can't see it and feel it yet, but this is new. Um, it's like telling someone you got a new car in the garage and they can't see it. As far as they're concerned, well, you don't really have it yet unless you really know the guy and he's a good friend, and then you say, well, cool. When we can, I want to go see it. Or I bought a new car and it hasn't been delivered yet. Wonder what it's like to have a new car. Excuse me. Okay, let's go take a little trip here for a minute. I don't know, yesterday or the day before, excuse me, sniffles. Um, in the middle of or what, the second half or something of the video, I started looking at someone. He happened, and I started to talk a little bit, and then I backed out. And I said he was trying to do something. Well, he was doing something. And excuse me. I'm picking out my words carefully here, not because of what someone will say about me, but about how much information can be delivered. There's a huge ship that's under one of the oceans here on this planet that is a legend. It's ancient, okay, as far as we see time. It's huge, huge. It was here when Atlantis was sinking. Okay, so the final sinking of Atlantis, it was here, and it's one of the ways. Good boy, Herky, honey. I love you, buddy. You want to come in here? You want your bed out there? Huh? You right, buddy? What do you want? Oh, I know what you want. You want some more EAT, huh? Okay, we'll get some more. You already had 2 snacks, buddy. Okay, I love you, buddy. Oh, that's funny. He's got this like a little elf. It's a small. It's like a large fairy. That's weird. It was some kind of imp, but it was wider, thicker, like the ground elves. See, when you have energy bodies, you can actually modify them yourself, change the structure a little bit. Anyway, the ship. Sorry, little guy didn't want to stop. This ship, literally, Isis and Osiris. This ship brought them from Atlantis to Egypt. If there was ever a huge machine that the ancient people who were not very awake or aware, and didn't have great technology or anything with them. If there ever would have been a vehicle to call the Chariot of the Gods, that's what that is. I can't stand the word gods. It's just wrong. Anyway, it was there at the end, transporting people. But this thing is strong. The ship is incredibly powerful. It has a very unique system of crystals that provide some kind of energy. It's got like a tan bronze golden hue to it. The energy that's in these crystals that fires this ship. And something the Red Atom built. Something I built is a Red Atom. First Life here. Got a piece of it over here. No, in the bedroom. The crystal pit. It's there but it's been modified with what they put on with their drive system. Because see, the crystal pit, the way they operated, you had to put a hole in the ground and get the thermodynamics from the core energy of the planet, and then you had the sunlight coming in, and then it created this kind of unique, it's like solar power, but it's really strong, solar, nuclear, whatever energy. I just see energy. Not a scientist, we know that very well. Darn straps. So anyway, all that, but what it's used for on the ship is a weapon. And it was done with my grace. I know that much I remember. But I've always had an attachment to that stuff that I've built, and because it's got my energy in it. So, and somebody was touching it, and that's a weapon, okay? That's powerful. That thing, when someone got near it, that's why I went there, why I floated there I think yesterday, whatever. And that's going to come into play. U.S. government, their intelligence branch, they really want to know what that is. I mean, where it is, because they've heard of it, and that's the way they look at it. That's the final tool they need to take care of the Anunnaki here on the planet. But that's one nice thing about our governments, hell, if they had something like that, they'd use it to get rid of the bad guys, and then they become the new bad guys. We know how the government helps us, right? A little here, a little there. We're going to take from you $300, but out of the goodness of our hearts, we're giving you $85 back. You can thank me later. Yeah. Governments will get fixed because y'all are going to run them. Y'all are going to take them over, not by force, just compassion, honor, intelligence. You're going to go right in there. A true understanding of equality. There'll be people in governments that actually have worked all their lives for a living, they understand. And some people that can't work for a living because they're hurt. It's going to be nice. Perfect, no such thing. But compared to what we have now, it would be awesome. Things are going to change real soon. I'd like to tell you this ship's going to, take off and save the world and all this stuff. I'm not going there. I can't tell you that unless I see it and I know it's going to happen. And we know about the future anyway. But I know it's got a part of some sort to play right now. For right now, it's laying dormant. It's going to stay there like that. Um, when it's time, it'll come right out of the ocean. If one of those oil cargo tankers, ships, you put one of those on the top of this ship, not going to hardly see it. That's so big this ship is. It's huge. That's wild. When Atlantis disappeared, it transported everyone. Then it went somewhere, and it literally went into the ocean floor. There's a little more to it than that, and we're not going there. The gentleman down there I was looking at talking to, like I said, he's a little family from Lily and Ara. Excuse me, coffee burps. But he's really cool, really strong. But his body is humanoidish, but he's not human. I mean, he's not from this planet. He is human, just not from the planet. Human body. Um, he's annoyed at me. Everything's fine now. Huh. Um, that's funny as hell. There's some kind of whatever. This vehicle has its way of staying hidden. No one's gonna find it. I was gonna explain a little bit about it, and he's kind of freaked out about it. So just shut up. Anyway, I didn't have anything really explained. This happens like this and this. No, it's just a simple, basic process. But leave it alone. Anyway, kind of neat seeing something like that. The thing is huge, though. To have something that big that moves around in the with the gravity and everything on this planet, for our way of thinking, really seems like such a big deal because it weighs so much. But the laws of physics that exist that we're not aware of, um, that would open up all kinds. It will open up all kinds of new doors, but it would right now if we had them. Physics do differ on different planets, but it's still the base. It's still the same concept. It's just the planet and the constituents, the components of the planet, the stars around it, gravitational forces. Some stars put out a really strange energy. Wow. My pineal's strong as hell. I mean, it's always been strong, but I mean, stronger. And that's where the difference comes in physics between some of the planets. It's like the physical characteristic of the male universal essence that's in the different stars. They're made of different frequencies, and that's what changes some of the laws of physics on that planet. Huh. Anyway, I've been awake and alive for whatever. It seems like forever. It's not, but this is a whole lot more fun. A part of me is really anxious for just to get out of here, because while I'm in the body, he's stuck too. So good. Let's get this train going. So Peugeot would say, Jay, it's like I can see you sitting in a train, and you're like this, you know, waiting. And I said, yeah, but I think there's a little screaming going on, being pissed. Maybe a lot of you can feel it. So many of you that I talk to that watch me, you know you're here for a reason. You know there's stuff going on, but there's something confusing about it. I'll tell you one thing that's confusing about it. It was supposed to be about the great Mother, Father, God. Well, they're dead. So it's a whole different thing. That's why 2012 is actually 2016. Okay? There's going to be some turmoil, but nothing like what was planned originally. 3/11, Japanese tsunami, that horrific event. Mom and dad, the original mom and dad, can't say that. The original male and female first being, they're doing. 9/11, they're doing. Well, I thought this happened, this happened. Who do you think went into people random that makes all this stuff happen? Running the bodies. When I started, I had to talk about source. And it's like, oh, Jay's trying to glorify himself. No, I'm not. That's why I came right out and said the source of your problems is source. It's really strong, yeah, but it's also, in some cases, very deadly, very abusive. It was the abusive thing, the most abusive, most deadly thing there was. I guess the deadly thing is still there, but it's not. When something, if you have an elephant that's compassionate and an elephant that's rampaging, I'm going with the compassionate elephant. Okay, if you have that, it's not an issue. It's protection. It's caring for. It's utilizing an ability to take proper care of family. Okay, when you have something that's abusive, maybe it needs to be gone. You know, it's out there hurting people. So they're the ones that run everyone, or you know they did. And the thing on the 11, 9/11, 3/11, it's like the male and female. We're supreme. We're gonna do what we want. Don't worry, we protect your soul, but we're gonna beat the hell out of your bodies. That's our job, and that's what we want to do, and we're the boss. So, oh well. They're not saying that anymore. um. Anyway, it's not time yet, but that ship's gonna come into play. Excuse me. My sinuses and everything are messed up from my lung disease and stuff, but the my pineal getting worked on right now. It's just all over. Yeah, don't do that. All over the place. That's enough talking about my head. I guess I'm just trying to explain what you're looking at. That's kind of weird. Trying to find something nice out there floating around for you. Huh. Some of these folks that have been prisoners here that are being run under the ground in the trams, these little tram things, so the bullets, whatever you call them. a tram, we think about something on rails. These things, they're tubes. They just go. They have other stuff too. Actual actual tunnels that vehicles and all can go through. But mostly it's these bullets. But there's people helping people for the first time. They're out, these people that are prisoners, at least they're out of their same damn location. They feel better. And some of them are getting some help that they've never had before. There's some of you U.S. government at work. Makes them feel real big. We control aliens. And those stupid people out there don't even know that they're here. It makes me want to pop the heads. Anyway. That'll never happen. Not in body. They're just being arrogant and stupid. Folks, creation is just screwed up. It doesn't, you know, it's not the end of the world by any means. It's the beginning of a real one, a good one. And it's going to be what you'll make it for the most part. There's things that won't be allowed to happen that are going to be taken out. It's just not going to happen. This abuse and everything to the bodies, that's going to be cut down. To, you know, to like nothing. Strife, yes. Struggle, yes. Abuse, no. Crap. Right back to the fight outside. Well, we're back. That was a cat that was going after a possum. I always keep food out there. One of the cats got upset or something. Whatever. Anyway. So anyway, the thing with our friends here that they're getting some attention from other people, meeting some other people. Still being prisoners, that's wrong. It sucks. It's going to be fixed. But at the same time, at least they're you know, getting some variety in their environment. It's amazing. People get so excited about politics. The government's going to shut down. They're going to run out of money. Oh, no, we can't have that. It's, you know, you got to vote this guy. You got to vote that guy or everything's going to fall apart. They have no idea what's really going on this planet. None. None whatsoever. The largest and best kept secret in all creation is the abuse system that exists everywhere. And why it did was because the original first being male and female were building praise machines. That was the one problem with creation. The people who started it, this God thing, which is now dead. I'm not wanting to end this on a negative note. I'm trying to find other stuff going on. Excuse me. All right, a lot of these ships coming in, it's like they check in with someone when they get here. Um, it's like a police force, but it's not. Um, they're known for the fact that you're supposed to listen to them, but they don't carry out anything aggressive. Um, they're like organizers. They're they're known for that, and they're known for being peaceful. But when you give them a hard time, there's something else can step in if it needs to. There's a lot of people running around. They're in the solar system. They're not. They're not. There's almost nothing in our atmosphere. Um, they're trying to keep people mostly out around Saturn, but that's not, that basic kind of area like away from us. I know planets aren't rigid; they're moving all the time. So those of you that already have that thought process in your head, don't waste your time with it. But that's about what's going on here. They're being kept uh, somewhat away from us. As our solar system moves through um, this galaxy, it's actually like twisting and turning as it does. And it's really weird when you look at the planets from outside in space, and then you look at the solar system moving. It's really weird. Because when you do it like that, you look at all the different ships, and they're all going around and stuff like that too. It's funny. Anyway, they're coming back soon. Where the hell did that come from? This other part of my energy outside of me just he said they're coming back soon. They're coming back to finish what needs to be done. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, and he's because he had a serious look on his face. It wasn't, he's talking about some of the butt heads. There is an aggressive group that, it's like these Anunnaki that run a planet on hell. Come think of it, it was on Saturn that they had a base that the people there were taken out. The base wasn't blown up. The people there were pretty much, well, the vast majority of them were evacuated, but the people running it, their heads blew up. Imagine that. So they left. They're not back there. That place is still looking pretty damn empty. Nobody wants to run around to have their heads blow up. All they know is there's energy over there. They don't understand, and they're staying away from it. Every once in a while, some not looters, whatever, junkers or something go by. It's the intent that they have when they get there that affects how the energy hits them. Anyway, there was a council over there that ran affairs in the solar system. They got into it with Ara. They're dead. That group that they were attached to, these other reptilian beings I talked about, what Ara did actually collapse in his ship, and that brought the Anunnaki ambassador over here to the house second time. Well, the first time he was in the ship. The second time he actually, projected into the house. Ship was about between 150 to 250 feet up in the air. As soon as I'd look at it and put my attention to it, you could see it move up. I'm like, hello. Anyway, they are wanting to make a display of themselves. These other folks that are a problem, they want to make a display of themselves. This group in the Federation have been, war's different than over there out in space than it is here. They give each other a little tolerance. They can see each other, not try to blow each other up. I guess it's like it used to be Russian, U.S., or China, and somebody whatever about how the big ships go by each other, and you kind of like throw faces at each other, that kind of thing. You know, that's what they're going to be doing. So as soon as they get here, they'll come in powered up, and other ships will be powered up, and I'm not seeing anything happening out of it. Not like, you know, ready to fight, but I mean, the ships will come here and they'll be glowing with a lot of energy. They're coming here to show presence. I'm not seeing anything really big and bad happening. The skirmishes are going to start happening in our atmosphere. Just an occasional firefight. They're trying to extract them. You have so many different chess players. I mean, the chess pieces on the board. So many different players here. What a mess. The most important thing is that we have the folks representing the planets, or the planets representing the people that they came from over here to get the people home. And there's some strong ships around. Our solar system's pretty big, but it's starting to get smaller as far as the spare room. You have those here that want their people back, love them. You have this Federation Central Intelligence idiots, like I'll call them. They're trying to maintain control over this stuff, and they have issues now. As soon as these other folks get here, the ones I was just talking about, they're going to have their hands full. Trying to maintain some kind of order. Now we'll see what happens. There's these different smaller councils of all the different planets where they put stuff. They've been putting their own stuff together away from the actual Federation, because this Central Intelligence idiots, they had really too much of an effect on controlling the output decisions of this Federation. So that's why they got banded together in their own smaller groups and said, "Screw this, we're going to do it this way." But they want to go ahead and start talking with some of the governments down here. The governments think that now they're thinking that they're in a power position. Yes, we're holding on to them, and what are you going to give us for them? I mean, that ain't going to go. Then you have the Anunnaki here, who have actually calmed down in their civil war for a while because they have bigger problems. And they've been pissed at the governments for a while, trying to break away on their own. And these other folks that were here for the technology, They're excited about all the different stuff hanging around here, and they're also very concerned because they are the focal point of the problem of why everyone's here, which is not a good thing for them. They're talking big like we're not afraid of anything, but they're hiding around the corners, so to speak. It's in and out of dimensional stuff. They can hide good. They have good technology. Um, is a group of female aliens from another planet here doing something. The hell am I going looking at? What am I going on about? Um, Structuring the release of some of the people. Some of the prisoners, whatever, that have been here, some of them that, like I said, generations and generations have been, born and died here in slavery. Um, and you still care about voting? Think it really matters? Um, the ones that they can't use that well, they're starting to put together. The U.S. government's involved in this big time. I'm talking about American soil right now, out in the desert. They're taking some of these people and putting them like in a little holding cell under the ground. Um, it's very low security, and these other female aliens, it's one race. It's like they're nurses or something, caretakers. They're coming to get some of the sick folk, the ones that have problems, physical problems, mental problems, young kids. U.S. government is trying to look good. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny as hell. Oh yeah, we've been imprisoning your people here a real long time, but they were given to us. It really, we didn't take them from you. They were given to us, okay? We just kept them. We pushed them for a little technology. But you see, you had the Anunnaki in and out of all the compounds down here. You still have them in and out of almost all of them. Anyway, that's interesting. Sooner or later, something's going to bust loose. I'm not seeing this in the future. No, I'm telling you, folks, sooner or later, something's going to bust loose. There's too many different people here. There's too much power in space right now. Too much power with too many different concepts of what to do. When you get into a situation like this, sooner or later, usually, sooner or later, somebody wants to say they're the strongest one there, and stupid stuff breaks out. I don't know that that'll happen, but it needs not to. And again, if that happens, it'll be in space, folks. All you're going to see here is little skirmishes. Earth is not a battle zone. when you want to protect a store full of china, you don't start a earthquake outside of it. You don't blow up bombs on the outside of it. You don't want to break anything. Well, this will be some interesting stuff. I'm not going far with this one particular concept. Well, it's not a concept. It's happening. There will be some of these people are going to be freed. And that's when things get a little nuttier. There's going to be more issues under the ground. Again, west of Arizona, like around California. There's going to be more activity out in the desert too, Arizona, northeast Arizona. Well, I'm just looking at a ton of different things. That's funny. I got a possum right out the window. This is the second story. Anyway, let me pull away from that. I'm looking at a few different things at one time. It's starting to hurt my head. I mean, it's not hurting my head. It's just, it's hard to do that. And my head just got changed again, which is awesome. Anyway, it was kind of a weird coffee talk. I can tell you about what's going on, and I can tell you how things are. No one can really tell you exactly how the future goes because it hasn't happened yet, and there's no real controls on the other side. That hasn't happened yet. And when it does, things are going to run your lives are going to run a lot better. They really are. Just one last thing. I'm looking at what's happening out in space as far as all the people coming and everything else, different events that are going to happen here. But the important thing, what really matters, is who's controlling it. Who's controlling the minds of those power players that can push the wrong buttons and start hell in our solar system. Let's just say there's stuff out there that's keeping things stable. The only word I have to explain it, looking at it, because I was looking at it, seeing the people there doing it, the energy, and I just got stable. That came from that other part of my energy that's real close to me. There's some older council members, what you call elders. They're hanging around on top of the bigger players. which is good. It's important. It's important things be calm. Yeah, I want to just say, how did things ever get so screwed up? But I know. Original first being male and female. Anyway, folks, when you go to vote, how about remembering that there's not much meaning in it, and other than it's good to state your own opinion. It's good to say this is what I basically stand for. But don't get mad because it doesn't go your way, because it won't, because the votes are meaningless other than you standing up for how you feel, which is anything but meaningless. That's important. I haven't voted for many years. All right, folks, well, honestly, the energy controlling what's going on out there right now is calm. The people themselves are getting a little antsy. The physical bodies are getting a little antsy. People in prison for thousands of years, man. That's disgusting. And why do the governments do it here? They want to have the biggest, baddest toys. Oh well. Folks, love you. Hope you have a good morning, or whenever you watch this. But don't. The most important thing about what's going on to me right now is the fact that these people here on this planet, these prisoners, they're gonna be freed. They're gonna be freed. These underground bases, the vast majority of them will be destroyed. They're gonna be broken up by the earth, so to speak. They're not going to be allowed to stay here. That's prison camps. That's a disgusting signal to creation. But other than that, the most important thing is that there's calm and spirit running the human brains. Not 24/7 running them, but keeping things proper and keeping them calmed down a little bit. I wish, I don't like to say wish, I wish. It's like do something or forget about it or whatever. I want everyone to be able to see stuff like this for themselves. That's what I want. I'll tell you about everything I say as long as it's not going to hurt anything, but we need to see stuff for ourselves, have our own affirmations. Folks, love you. Take care and have a good one.